Hello, my friend, and welcome to Repurpose Journey. If you're listening today with a full heart, a tired heart, or a heavy heart, I want you to know that you are welcome here just as you are. There's no pressure to fix anything while you listen, just space to breathe and be. Today, we are going to talk about gratitude. Not the surface level kind, not the forced positivity kind, and not the kind that makes you feel guilty for struggling. We're talking about a gratitude that goes deeper. A gratitude that doesn't deny pain, but walks gently alongside it. Did you know that practicing gratitude first thing in the morning can quietly reshape your entire day? Not a dramatic overnight transformation kind of way, but in a steady, grounding way. The kind that slowly changes how we think, how we respond, and how we carry ourselves through the day. Scripture reminds us in Lamentations 3:22-23, the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. There is something deeply powerful about beginning our day by noticing what is still good, still faithful, and still present. Often, when gratitude is mentioned, we think of lists, journals, bullet points of blessings, and those are beautiful practices. There's a real value in writing things down, and for many seasons, that works really well. But gratitude does not have to begin or end with a list. Change that. When we go deeper, gratitude begins to settle into us. It moves from something we do occasionally, like something we carry daily. It becomes part of how we see the world and how we interpret our experiences. Gratitude has the power to change things. It can soften our minds when our thoughts are harsh or anxious. It can steady our hearts when life feels uncertain. And it can begin to restore parts of our souls that feel worn down. Scripture speaks to us in Romans 12:2, when it tells us that we are transformed by the renewing of our minds. Gratitude is one of the ways God gently renews the way we think. Even science reflects this truth. Gratitude impacts how our brains process information. It changes what we notice, what we dwell on, and how quickly our thoughts spiral into fear or frustration. That tells us something important. Our minds are powerful, and we have more choice in how we engage with them than we often realize. Now, this conversation about gratitude isn't about dismissing the basics. Gratitude for our homes, for our safety, for provision, and for the things we have is so important. Scripture reminds us in 1 Thessalonians 5:18 to give thanks in all circumstances, not because every circumstance is good, but because God is present in them. But deeper gratitude reshapes how we see everything. It gives us a choice. Every day we can dwell in frustrations, disappointments, anger, self-pity, or we can gently turn our faces toward the goodness of God and the gifts He has placed in our lives. Psalm 16:11 says, "You make known the path in my life. Your presence, there is fullness of joy." Turning towards God's presence shifts our perspective even when circumstances do not change. And this is important to say clearly. Grief can exist here too. Being grateful does not erase grief. Gratitude should never be used to bypass pain or rush healing. You're allowed to sit with your emotions as you walk through them. Scripture never asks us to pretend everything is fine. In fact, the Bible's filled with psalms of lament, tears, questions, and raw honesty. Ecclesiastes 3 reminds us that there is a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Grief is not failure, and grief is part of healing. What gratitude offers is not escape from pain, but permission to step out of the heaviness for just a moment. Even in seasons of grief, moments of genuine joy can still exist, and those moments are such a gift. Sometimes all it takes is a single moment, one breath. Psalms 46:10 reminds us to be still and know that I am God. Stillness allows us to redirect our attention from what is loud and heavy towards what is steady and true. Small moments do powerful work. Tiny shifts can reshape how we walk through an entire day. Gratitude does not need to be big or elaborate to be meaningful. In fact, gratitude becomes more powerful when it is tied to something real. I want to invite you into a simple practice right now. You can do this while driving, folding laundry, or sitting quietly. Think back to a specific moment of kindness or comfort. It might be something small. It might not even have happened to you directly. Maybe you witnessed it happening to someone else or being given to someone else. Let your mind linger there and notice how it felt. Let your body remember it. Let your emotions be felt. Maybe you can smell, taste, see, hear. Our brains respond more deeply to specific memories. When we recall moments like this, we're reminded that goodness exists, that it is still here, and that reminder begins to rewire how we think and feel. James 1:17 tells us that every good and perfect gift comes from above. Remembering specific moments of goodness helps us to see God's fingerprints even in the ordinary life. How do we practice gratitude in a way that actually sticks? Start by remembering one specific moment of kindness or care, recent or long ago, and sit with what it stirred in you. Maybe it gave you safety. Maybe it was warmth. Maybe it was a peace. Maybe it just brought you some joy. Allow yourself to feel it fully. If it made you laugh, you can laugh. If it made you cry, that's okay. Feel the warmth and feel the peace. Next, name something in your life right now that reflects the same goodness. It doesn't have to be big, it just needs to be true. Maybe it's the quiet of your home, the way God carried you through a hard season, or a moment of calm in the middle of the chaos. Psalms 34:8 invites us to taste and see that the Lord is good. Gratitude invites us to notice that goodness is real, tangible in so many ways. Then express. Thanks out loud. Speak it. Text it. Pray it. Call the friend. Write the note. Do the thing. Gratitude deepens when it's spoken. Hebrews 13:15 reminds us of offering a sacrifice of praise, acknowledging God with our words. Little by little, these small moments begin to shift everything. They change how we respond to stress, how our hearts hold both joy and heaviness, and how we meet the world with greater grace. This is the quiet work of repurposing our days, one grateful moment at a time. As we close, I want to leave you with Philippians 4:8. It tells us to think about whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, and whatever is lovely. That focus doesn't deny hardships. It anchors us in hope. Wherever you are in your journey, may gratitude meet you gently and walk with you into the rest of your day. As we wrap up today, I hope this episode reminded you that even when life shifts, pauses, or feels uncertain, nothing is wasted. Not your story, not your season, and not your heart. If today's conversations met you where you are, I'd love for you to stay connected. You can follow Repurpose Journey on social media, subscribe here, or share this episode with someone who might need a little encouragement today. And remember, you don't have to rush the healing, solve everything at once, or know the whole plan. One faithful step at a time is enough. I'd love for you to join our newsletter at repurposejourney.com. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, keep showing up, keep trusting the process, and keep repurposing your journey one step at a time.